a massive Joe Exotic fan, as Jen's just pointed out. The Tiger King. It's amazing. Honestly. Honestly, you couldn't write it. It's the best. It's the best documentary ever. But in a really good way. Oh, we've got 2 Chris's. Ah, okay. Hey, Georgie, Georgie, Georgie. What have you been doing today, Wendy? Ah. Yeah, I saw you had a bike. Looks pretty snazzy. Fun, fun, fun. Hey, Georgie! So you were a marker for this lady? Yeah, that's quite a compliment, isn't it? Kept you on your toes. Are you right, Georgie? Oh, frozen Georgie. Frozen Georgie's elbow right now. Oh, Georgie's washing machine now. All right, yeah, we've got 2 more minutes to go. Yeah. Yeah. So I can't hear you during the class, guys, just before and after, because I can hear myself saying stuff a few seconds after, and it's driving me mental a little bit, actually. I always think I sound a lot more manly than I think I sound like. It's really odd. I sound like a little boy. All right, okay, cool. You right, Georgie? Woo! Here we go, here we go. Lots of words. Hello! Okay, cool. Welcome to the class of the lion. Yeah. Joe Exotic fans. Have you seen the Tiger King, Paul? No, yeah, it's amazing, honestly. Yeah, you do. Can join in with the in-jokes then. Okay, cool. Oh, we're starting soon. See you in a bit. I can't really hear Georgie. Georgie might be on mute, just so you know. Yeah, I can, yeah. But I won't be able to hear you in a bit, because I'm going to take it out whilst I'm teaching. Yeah, cool. Good to see you anyway. All right, cheers, Chris. Bye. All right. So I was filming before and I kept forgetting that I've got a lion's face on. Oh, we're about to get started. All right. Hello, what's up, risers? Welcome if you've just joined us. Happy Easter today. Good to see you all. So as you can see, I am a lion today, all right? I was just joining in with the kids and their face tattooing, you know, it all got a bit mental, and I became a lion before I knew it. So, so I just decided to leave it on. Okay, so you can watch watch this class on Facebook or YouTube, or if that's not working for you, then go over to rise.co.uk/online. We are going to do flex 9 today. All right, so some of you might remember this and some of you might not. But since I have got a lion's face on today, I thought we might start with a lion's pose, okay? Because we rarely ever do lion's pose, and it is a really nice pose to sort of just chill out in and get you focusing onto the breath. Okay, so lion's pose. Knees are wide at mat width, okay? The toes are touching at the back. And then from here, we're going to stretch open the forearms, all right? So with your hands, turn at the wrists so that the fingers point towards you here, and then plant them onto the floor. Just at a point where you can keep the palms flat on the floor. Okay, and then with the hips, bring them up off the glutes first, and then as you exhale, sink them down towards the heels, keeping the palms flat on the floor. If you've got quite mobile wrists, then maybe you can move your hands a little bit farther forward just to deepen that stretch in the wrists. Okay, do whatever's comfortable for you. If you find that this angle isn't working for you, then just stick with the fingers pointing forwards. Okay, now bringing focus to the breath, roll the shoulders back, relax the hips onto the heels. Big inhalation here. In through the nose, and then exhale. Release all tension out through the mouth. Just slightly parted lips. Inhale again. Feeling everything rise. And then exhale. Allow the sit bones to just splay apart at the back there. And one more here. One more breath. And exhale. Okay, now just gently open the eyes. I'm going to explain the next breathing phase to you. So we're going to do some lion's breath before. Some of you might have done this. Some of you might not have before. Might feel a little bit silly, but that's okay because we're just trying to get past our boundaries here. All right, so as I inhale as normal. Big deep breath in. And then as I exhale for my lion's breath, I'm going to really force that air out of my mouth. I open my mouth wide and possibly stick out my tongue a little bit as well, releasing all the tension from my thighs and my hips, all right? So 3 of these. Inhale deep into the stomach and ribcage. And then big exhalation out. Long as we can. 2 more to go. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, 1 more to go now, loudest one. Inhale, really releasing the tension from the forearms. And exhale. All right, well done. Twist your wrists so that the fingers point forwards again. Come into kneeling position, glutes onto heels, and then gently shake out the wrists, okay? Maybe just fan out the hands as well. Okay, and then maybe interlock the hands and start to roll the wrists in circles here. Give them a little bit of relief. Okay. Okay, whenever you're ready, hands onto the floor, and then bring your knees back underneath the hips, coming back into a tabletop position. Whenever you're ready, tuck your toes underneath. Take a big inhalation here, and as we exhale, lift the hips into the air, into your downward facing dog. So in downward dog, make the adjustments that you need. Maybe you need to bring your feet just an inch towards the hands, just to feel a bit more stable. Bend the knees if you need to, if you're quite tight in the hamstrings, and then start to pedal out the feet. So bend one knee after the other. Continue to push the floor away, allow the head to relax. 3 deep breaths for 3. Keep squeezing the abs and bringing the hips towards the ceiling for 2. And 1 more breath here. And then come back into your stationary down dog. Continue to open up the sit bones towards the ceiling. 1 inhalation here, and then exhale, shift weight forwards into into that plank. So screwing the heels of hands into the floor, fingertips facing forward, open up the shoulder blades and pin the hips down. One inhalation here, and then we come into vinyasa. Exhale forwards to chaturanga, or knees, chest and chin. Nice slow lower now, hold for a second. And then inhale, flip the toes over and push up into your up dog. Lift that chest, guys. Roll those shoulders back, lengthen neck, and then exhale, flow back into down dog. All right, one more of these vinyasas, please. Inhale in down dog, opening up knees. Exhale to plank. Inhale here. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, flow to down dog. Well done. All right, one inhalation here. And then as we exhale, shift your weight forwards into a plank. So we're going to do something called a corn cob push-up. Now to do this, we want to have the hands nice and wide. So just outside your mat is ideal for most people, maybe a little bit wider if you've got pretty long arms and broad shoulders. So corn cob push-up is this movement. Come onto the knees if we need to. As we inhale, we lower the chest towards the floor. And then as we exhale, we shift from side to side. Okay, so it's called so because it's like you're eating a corn cob from side to side. If you need to come onto the knees, that's cool as well. So 3 on each side, all right? Focusing on breath. Inhale as we lower. Inhale, keeping the elbows tucked in, lower chest to floor, and then shift from side to side. Getting your elbow to the rib as you shift for 3. For 2, keep hovering, keep the hips down, and for 1. Oh, and then press up back into that wide plank. It is pretty intense, all right? And then bring your hands in underneath your shoulders here, coming back into your standard plank. We're now going to go for a slow chaturanga to the floor, all the way to the stomach, guys. Shift weight forwards, exhale, lower, keeping elbows tucked in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't let those hips drop if you can, and release to the floor. Oh, now bringing the weight off the hands. We're going to come into a pulsing locust next. Okay, so working into the back and the core. So interlock your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders back here. Okay, and then from here, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze your low back and lift the chest into the air. And from here, we're going to take pulsing movement. So inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. 5 of these. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. All in the upper body. For 3, for 2. That's it, a little bit higher if we can. Shoulders away from the ears. And for 1. Woo! All right, release your hands from one another. Pop your hands underneath the shoulders once again. Tuck your toes underneath. Inhale, and then exhale, lift up to plank. 1 more time. Vinyasa transition now. Inhale here in plank, and exhale to chaturanga. Good. Inhale to your up dog. Beautiful open chest, guys. Looks good. And then exhale back into your down dog. Now we're going to take a scorpion dog. So as I inhale, I'm going to lift up the right leg and open up the hips. I'm bending the knee here. Okay, so I'm working into glutes and hips. Try to square your shoulders up, but stack open the hips. And then from here, circle that top knee nice and slowly. Make sure you squeeze the glute. You want to feel a little bit of heat in that glute. For 5, slowly. For 4, 1 breath per circle. For 3, for 2, keep opening the hips. And last breath. And release both feet back down to the floor. Taking your downward facing dog once more. Reset the legs if you need to. And we're going to come to the other side now. Inhale, lift up left leg. Open up, squeeze glute. Let's go for those circles. Big squeeze, please, for 5. Even out weight between hands. And pin the shoulders down. For 3. Base heel to the floor. For 2. And 1 more breath. And then come back into your down dog. Plant both feet down once again. Inhale here in down dog. And then exhale forwards into plank. Okay, so from here, you've got a choice. So we're going to take a side plank, and then you can do this on your hand or on your forearm, completely up to you. Okay, so I'm going to stay on my hand here, and then I'm going to lift my left hand off the floor and then open up over to my left. Now, your feet can be staggered or stacked. It's a little bit more challenging for balance if they're stacked. And then with my left arm, I'm going to extend it and open the chest. Now you can stay here, maybe do a leg lift with that top leg, or if you want, you can even take a side bow, okay? So take hold of your left foot, with that left hand. Bring the knees together and then kick that knee backwards, getting that back bend and quad stretching for 3, or you can always come onto that bottom knee if you need. For 2, have a rest, guys, if it's too much on your wrist. And last breath. Awesome. And then release that foot, pop it onto the floor besides the mat, and then lift and flip into that wild thing. Extend the left arm, lift the chest. If it's getting too much for that bottom wrist, you can always come onto your right knee on the floor, kneeling wild thing. Squeeze the glutes, guys. 2 more breaths for 2. And last breath. All right, from here, roll back into your downward facing dog, and then with the left leg, we'll keep it elevated and then thread it underneath the right and open up to the right. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling into our fallen triangle. Now, your left foot can be on the floor, or if you want, take some leg lifts and lowers. Inhale, lift, exhale, low for 3. For 2, remember you can always come onto your forearm again. And for 1. All right, foot onto floor, and then roll back into that downward facing dog. You can stay in your hands in your standard dog, or come into a forearm dog hold. So elbows onto the floor, keeping the hips aimed at the ceiling here, grounding into the elbows, allowing the head to relax. Relax the hands. 2 more deep breaths for 2. Oh, keep those legs engaged, keep pinning the heels down. And 1 more breath, great shoulder work this. And then when you're ready, lift the forearms off the floor, one at a time or both at the same time. And then from here, exhale, shift into your plank. Now, take a moment to have a rest here whilst we vinyasa, and we do the other side, guys, if you need that rest. Okay, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, flow to down dog. Inhale here, and then exhale, shift forwards into that plank. Now you're ready for that side plank on the other side. So we're opening up to the right, forearm or hand, guys. Open up, lift the right arm, and then reach up with the right arm, feet staggered or stacked. You can stay here in your plank, leg lift, or take that side bow. So take hold of your right foot and then kick the knee backwards for 3. Keep lifting the chest. Core engagement, guys. For 2, keep those hips lifted. Keep your hips unhinged. 1 more breath. You can do this. You ready to release into that wild thing? Release your foot. Pop your right foot on the floor and then open up to the ceiling. Reach towards the front of the mat with your right arm for 3. Squeeze the glutes. Everything is engaged, guys, especially that left arm. For 2. All right, 1 more breath. Sometimes it helps to wiggle the fingers. And then slowly exhale, roll back into your down dog, and then thread your right leg underneath your left and open up into that fallen triangle. Left arm reaches up, chest opens. Stay here with foot on floor, or take leg lifts with me for 3. Inhale, exhale, lower. For 2, good. Nice and slowly. That's it, Georgie, well done. And for 1, okay, unthread, come back into your downward facing dog. Pop shoulders on, elbows onto floor. And let's take a little active rest in that forearm dog again. You can pop the palms of your hands together if you want for that connection. Ground heels to floor. 2 more breaths. For 2, keep sending the abs to the back of the spine, guys. 1 more breath. And then release your hands from one another and lift the elbows off the floor, coming back into that downward dog. Okay, inhale here, and then exhale, drop the knees onto the floor for a second. Shake out the wrists a little bit, guys. Give your shoulders just a little bit of a shake out before we do the next movement. So next we've got diamond press-ups, okay? So this really works into our triceps and shoulders. For our diamond press-ups, we want our hands to be like this. So can you see the second fingers meet like this and the thumbs are like that? Make a diamond shape with the hands. We pop them onto the floor underneath our breastbone, so just in the center of the chest there. We tuck our elbows in towards one another, and then we can be on the knees or the toes. If you're on your knees, pin your hips down. Keep that core nice and strong. Try not to hinge at the hips, right? And then from here, as we inhale, tucking elbows in, we lower the chest towards the hands and exhale all the way up. If you're on your toes, feet at hip width apart, weight comes forwards a bit, same thing. Inhale low, exhale up. All right, so we are going to aim to do 3 slow ones of these. Are you ready? Knees or toes? Let's go. Inhale low for 3. Can you keep your hips at shoulder level? For 2. Can you keep your neck straight? Okay, 1 more to go. Don't leave those hips behind when we press up. And for 1. Whoa! All right, well done. Now separate the hands and then widen your hands to a wide plank. So you want them outside of the mat here and the feet as well. Okay, hold, open up the shoulder blades here. Really press the floor away and tuck the tailbone underneath the hips. Inhale here. And then as we exhale, we're going to go for a really slow lower to the floor. 10-second lower, guys. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Tuck those elbows in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh man, I think you guys stayed in time with me. Well done. Okay, onto your stomachs now. And then we're going to take a flying locust or bow. Right. So arms reach behind now. Roll the shoulders back. Slow the breath down, guys. And then bend the knees. If possible, take hold of the feet. If not, just bind your hands together. That's completely cool. Okay, so squeeze the knees together. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then pinning hips to floor, lift the chest and the knees into the air. Okay, 5 deep breaths here. If you want to make it a little bit more dynamic, then you can rock gently forwards and backwards. Up to you. For 5. For 4. For 3, that's it. Keep those glutes squeezed. For 2. Last one now. Keep it active. And for 1. Oh, all right. Good job, guys. Release your feet. Bring hands underneath the shoulders again. Tuck your toes underneath. And get ready to lift into your plank once more. So inhale here. Exhale, lift to plank. Don't worry if you need to keep your knees on the floor for a bit longer. Okay. And then push back to your downward facing dog. Okay, so from here we're going to do some Shakti kicks. We've got options, all right? So option 1, you can start with one leg in the air, okay? So left leg lifts, and then from here we ground into the hands, looking in between the hands, and then start to just lift off that bottom foot, okay? So 3 on each side, if you're taking that option, or we can take double leg Shakti kicks. So and the knees crouch down, looking between the hands, and then you want to try and kick your heels to the bum, all right? Landing in that crouching position every time. Now let's go 5 for 5 of those. Exhaling as we lift. All right, are you ready? Crouch back, take whichever one you need. Let's go. For 5. Really get those heels to the bum. For 4. Woo! Get a little bit of air time, guys. 3, can you make your landing a little bit softer? For 2. Oh, really building up that heat in the body. 1 more. And for 1. Oh, well done, guys. Knees down onto the floor. Slow your breath down. Take a child's pose if you need. Regulate that breath again. Maybe massage out the wrists. Just 3 breaths here. For 3. For 2. 1 more breath. And then up on next breath, lift the forehead up from the floor, hands out in front of you, and then shift to your plank, guys. If you want to take a little bit longer in your rest whilst we vinyasa, that's cool as well. All right, into our balancing sequence next. Inhale here, in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog now. And exhale, flow to down dog. Okay, 1 inhalation here, bend the knees, and then as we exhale, you can step or hop forwards to that forward fold. When we allow the head to drop and the spine to extend, and then as we inhale, ground into the feet, and then sweep up with the arms, hands together, come into standing position, and then exhale, bring hands to heart. Cool. Okay, so we're going to come into a tree pose next. Okay, we're doing a lot on one leg before we move on to the other side. So I'm going to start with my right leg, grounding into my right leg. Now your left foot can come onto your inner thigh, inner calf or inner ankle. Take whichever level suits you. Push your hips forwards and then extend the arms. Connect them if you want to. So keep the shoulders relaxed, but try to keep the core engaged and lengthen the body. Keep reaching up here. If you want a bit more challenge, come onto the ball of your base foot. Focus on the spot, guys. For 3. For 2. It's tricky. 1 more. Keep pushing your bent knee out. All right, exhale, release, heel to the floor. Now from here, we're going to take a dancer's pose. Yeah, no one fell over, that's great. Okay, so take hold of your left foot here, heel to bum, knees together, right arm reaches up, and then from here we hinge forward slightly, kicking this left knee back. If you want to, you can bind your foot behind you with both hands. King dances for 3. For 2, keep kicking your knee backwards, keep lifting the chest, guys. And for 1. All right, from here, coming back into standing position, still balanced on that right leg. We're going to come into eagle chair. So your left leg crosses over your right, or if possible, wraps around that right calf. From here, the right elbow stacks on top of the left, eagle arms, elbows to face, and we sink down. For 3. For 2. Squeeze the thighs together. 1 more breath, opening up the shoulders. And release. Okay, untwist now. And then from here, we're going to reach forwards into a warrior 3. Arms forwards, flexing that back foot. For 3. Straighten out your back leg as much as you can without locking out. For 2. And for 1. Okay, from here, curtsy lunge. So your left foot plants behind you and crosses. Okay, keep your hands together, sorry guys. And then pop your left elbow onto the outside of that right knee. Okay, you should feel a lovely pull in your right glute there. Keep lifting the chest and twisting the torso over to the right. Look upwards slightly too. For 3. Deep breaths, guys. For 2. Open your shoulders. So try to roll back your right shoulder here. 1 more breath. Feeling that energy in that right leg. And then gently untwist. Bring hands to the floor, framing front foot. And then step back into that plank. If you want, give your legs a little bit of a shake out or even have a rest in child's pose. All right. You ready for a vinyasa? Or rest if you want to. Inhale here in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog now. And exhale, flow to down dog. Okay, are we all ready for the other side now? So inhale, bend the knees. As we exhale, look ahead and float or step forwards. Up to you. Well done. Inhale, rise, rooting into feet. Arms sweep up, hands meet. And then exhale, bring hands to heart. Okay, you all ready for the other side? Tree pose. Take whichever variation you want. Remember, your foot can be where it needs to be. Hips forward, bent knee, push backwards slightly, opening the hips right up. Arms reach up, connecting hands if you want to. And for more challenge, keeping the hips square, come onto the ball of the foot for 3. Focus on the spot. For 2, keep extending the arms. 1 more breath, you can do it. Whoa! And then release. All right, well done. Let's take our dancer's pose now. So still grounded in that left foot. Take hold of your right foot. Left arm reaches up, hinge forwards. Taking standard dancers or king dancers with the foot bound with both hands. I'm going to stick with standard dancers in this pose because my right quad's pretty tight. So this is what works for me today. Alright, so just do whatever works for you as well. 2 more breaths. Keep kicking that knee upwards. 1 more breath. And release. We're going to take eagle chair now. So stay grounded in that left foot. And then crossing legs, right foot on top or wrapping into full eagle legs with the left arm. We stack on top of the right and come into eagle arms. Elbows to face, guys. Sink back for 3. Breathe into that base leg. For 2, oh, I'm getting a sweat on. 1 more breath. 1 more move on this one leg. So untwist and then shoot back with the right leg. Warrior 3. For 3, engage your right leg, flex the foot. For 2, straighten out that base leg, extend the arms. 1 more breath. And then we cross the legs to come into a curtsy lunge. Bring the right elbow onto the outside of the left knee. Left elbow points upwards. For 3, if you want, you can even lift that elbow off the knee slightly. For 2, keep twisting, guys. Get into that left glute. 1 more breath, you can do it. And then gently untwist. Pop hands onto the floor and then step back to that beautiful plank again. Now once again, shake out the legs or take this opportunity to just have a little child's pose. Okay. Whenever you're ready, come back into your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. And then exhale to down dog. A little bit more leg work now, you'll be pleased to know. Inhale, lift up the right leg. And then as we exhale, slowly bring knee to chest. And then pop your right foot in between the hands. Open up the hips a little bit here. Plant your back foot flat onto the floor and lift up into warrior 1. Okay, so warrior 1, heels in line with one another. Front knee is directly above the ankle. We sink down into the hips. If you find that your right hip is a lot more forwards than your left, then try to draw it back a little bit. Just really square the hips up. That's it. And then inhale, lift up the arms here. Sink down into hips once more. And if you want, introduce a little back bend here. That's it. For 3, little squeeze of the shoulder blades. trying to equalize the energy between both legs. Really take the back heel to the floor for 2. All right, one more breath, guys. Keep those shoulders relaxed, looking great. And for 1, gently come out of your back bend and then interlock your hands behind your back. Keep your legs as they are, guys. Keep that strong stance. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift the hands into the air, and then as we exhale, bow forwards to your humble warrior. For 3, allow the head to drop. Bring the shoulder onto the inside of the knee. Push that front knee outwards, feeling that inner thigh open up. For 2. We've got 1 more breath. And then release your hands to the floor, guys. Okay, twiddle your foot out to the side a little bit. And then you've got an option to come onto that back knee for this as well, if you want to give your leg a little rest here. Okay, so we're going to hold in lizard. If you want to make it a little bit more dynamic, you can even start to circle the torso. That's it. So just really opening up that inner thigh here. For 3. Come onto the fingertips if you want to, really sinking into hips. For 2. And 1 more breath. Ooh. All right, well done. From here, again, option to pop the knee onto the floor. The left hand comes onto the inside of the right foot, and then we open up into a twisted lizard. Okay, really press your back knee to the ceiling behind you, and bring your heel over the ball of your foot, the back one. 2 more breaths for 2. Open up the shoulders, stack them, keep extending with that right arm, and for 1. Okay, slowly untwist, and then from here we're going to take a flowing lizard. Okay, so from here, just heel toe your foot in between your hands here, and then pop your back knee onto the floor. Flowing lizard now. So inhale, lift the chest, and then sink down into the hips. Okay, feeling that hip flexor open up, that left one, and then as we exhale, push back, feeling that front hamstring open, nose to knee. Inhale forward, shifting, opening, and then exhale back. 2 more now. Inhale, try to keep your hips square, and exhale. 1 more to go. Inhale, and exhale. All right, well done. So from here, fingers flat onto the hands, flat back onto the floor, and then tuck your back toes underneath, and then lift back into that downward facing dog. Okay, pedal out the feet a little bit, give your legs a bit of relief. You ready for the other side now? So inhale, lift up the left leg, and then exhale, thread your knee towards the chest, and rise up into a warrior 1. So heels in line, slowly rise, back foot taped to the floor, back foot at 45 degrees. Shift your left hip back towards you so that the hips are square, and then square the chest off to the front of the mat to sink down into hips, and then take a back bend if you want to. For 3. Oh, Georgie's screen's frozen there. Oh, you okay, Georgie? Looking a bit confused? Just having a little rest. For 2, send the arms behind the ears, guys. Keep extending the body. And 1 more breath. Right, come out of your back bend, and then let's take our humble warrior. So interlock the hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then bow forwards. Keep the legs as they are, remember. For 3, lovely and strong. Shoulder onto inside of knee. Shoulders away from the ears. For 2. And last breath. Use your core to lift your chest. And then release your hands onto the floor, and then just twizzle your foot onto the outside of your hands. We're going to take a lizard, so come onto the ball of the back foot here. Okay, so remember, You can come onto the back knee if you want to, or you can keep it lifted. And then we're just going to circle the torso here, getting that movement into that hip and inner thigh again. That's it. Try to ensure that your knee is not in front of your foot, okay? It can be a little bit behind. That just keeps the stretch more effective. For 3. Big circles, guys, if you want. Tenting fingers if you want. For 2. And for 1. Alright, coming into twisted lizard, knee or off on or off floor, right hand comes onto the inside of the foot, and then the left arm reaches up, open the shoulders, press your back knee to the ceiling. For 3, keeping that back leg active. For 2, keep lifting the chest, opening up. And last breath. And then slowly untwist, hands onto the floor, and then heel toe your foot in between your hands again. Pop your back knee onto the floor. We're going to go for that flowing lizard, okay? So fingertips on the floor. Inhale, lift chest, sink into hips, lengthen neck. Exhale, push back, hamstring stretch. Inhale, forwards, feeling that hip flexor open. Exhale, back to that half split. 2 more now. Inhale, let's increase our range of movement if we can. And exhale. 1 more to go now. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, release and inhale. Pop your hands onto the floor. And then step back into your plank. Again, pedal out the feet. 3 deep breaths. Slow the breath down for 3. For 2. And for 1. Alright, now we're going to come into the more chilled section of our class. So pop the knees onto the floor. And then come into an upright kneeling position. So we're going to take a camel just to work into a little bit of back bending here. Alright, so let's begin by placing the hands onto the small of our back. Okay, so resting it into that lovely curve in the lower back. Roll the shoulders back and then nip the elbows in towards one another. Squeeze the core, and then as you take an inhalation here, and then as you exhale, just lean back slightly, bring the hips forward. Okay. Now, if this is enough for you, then stay here. Okay, if you want to take it a little bit further, then take one hand off your back and then place your fingers onto the heel. So right hand onto right heel. And then if that feels good, maybe you can move the other hand onto the other heel. Roll the shoulders right back. Keep lifting the chest, guys. Get that beautiful back bend in. For 3, squeeze the shoulder blades. Maybe you can relax the head, but try not to just shrug into the shoulders. For 2. 1 more breath. And exhale. Okay, from here, chin to chest, and then one hand up at a time comes off, and then we slowly lower the glutes towards the heels, coming into a kneeling position. From here, let's take a little kneeling twist, okay, just to stretch out the lower back. So we're going to twist over to the right to begin with. So left hand comes onto right thigh or onto the floor besides the right thigh, and then right hand plants behind us, fingertips or hand flat up to you. Inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale, open up over to the right. Try not to turn the neck too much. Okay, so your neck wants to stay quite neutral. The twist wants to come from your torso, from your spine. 2 more breaths for 2. And last breath. Okay, inhale, come back into center. And then let's swap sides. Right hand onto left thigh or fingertips on the floor. Left hand behind us. Inhale, lift chest, squeezing the knees together. Exhale, open up over to the left. Keeping that beautiful alignment for 3. For For 2, keep opening up and twisting, exhaling and loosening. And last breath. All right, inhale, come back into center. And then let's take a hero pose to finish off with. So hero pose, stretching into the quads. So glutes onto the floor here. All right, and then the feet sort of come out to the side. So the tighter your legs are, the more wide open you're going to need your knees to be. All right. Some people can do it with their feet directly underneath the glutes. If you know you're one of those people and you're confident, then you can go ahead with that. But I certainly cannot do that. So calves out to the side, heels close to the hips and glutes here. All right. If you're comfortable here, then just stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, keeping the knees together and on the floor, we're going to start to lie back and prop ourselves up with the elbows to begin with, okay? Keep the chest lifted and focus on relaxing the legs. You might start to clam up as that stretch intensifies when you lie back, but try to relax. If you want to take it even further, you can lie all the way back, but only do this if you are not in pain and you can relax in this position. Okay, 2 more breaths. 2. One more breath to go here. And exhale. Okay, from here, ground your elbows into the floor and then lift yourself up using your arms first. That's it, nice and slowly, gradually, guys, good. And then from here, lengthen out the legs, give them a little bit of a shake out. All right, well done. That is your set sequence over and done with. I'm just going to quickly work into the wild card because we're quickly running out of time. Okay, so the wild card here is a pincher, all right? So a forearm stand. Okay, so we've got a few different options. Do you know what, I'm going to do it without the wall because then you don't have to go and find a wall. It's a bit fiddly. Okay, so let's start with a forearm dog. All right, so lifting into our downward dog first. From here, come onto our elbows. Relax the hands here, all right? And then from here, ground the elbows into the floor and lift one leg into the floor. Just do leg lifts, okay? If you're not used to coming into forearm stand at all, then just start with this. You might want to do it against a wall with the wall in front of you just for that security. Okay, once you feel stable, then you can start to kick up, all right? Do little jumps like this, okay? And then once you feel safe doing that, you can really kick up and come into that full forearm stand. So what you want to try to ensure is that the elbows stay underneath the shoulders so they don't splay out to the side. That's one of the key things of staying stable in this. Keep squeezing your abs and the glutes and then slowly come out. Give it a little go, guys. Take whichever level you want. That's it, Georgie. I really hope you don't have any fragile ornaments going on there. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Good. So this is a really good shoulder strengthener there. That's it. Woo! Yeah, got a bit of blush in your cheeks there, Wendy. It does that. makes your face maybe feel like it's going to explode a bit. Yeah, nice one, guys. So I'm sure you can practice a little bit more and do hours and hours of it after this class by yourselves if you really want to. But for now, you can allow yourself to take Shavasana whenever you're ready. Oh, Georgie's going for it again. Let's see. Yeah! Very nice, Georgie. Woo! Nice one, yeah. Georgie's got it going on. Okay, so whenever you're ready, roll back, guys. Take your Shavasana. Yeah! It's definitely a thumbs up. You can take a bound angle if you want, with the soles of feet together and knees open, and then roll the shoulders back. Bringing focus to breath again. Feeling whole body rise and fall. And knees open. And you can stay here for as long as you want back at home. Or just take a few more breaths, relaxing all the muscles in the face. One more breath here. Breathing out that tension. Now gently wiggle the fingers and toes. Slowly roll to one side. Take a breath here. And whenever you're ready, roll or push up to a seated pose. Okay, shall we close off the practice, guys? Okay, a little roll back of the shoulders, the chest lifts. As we inhale, arms reach up. Arms extend, hands meet, that's it. And then as we exhale, we bring hands to chest. Alright. Namaste, guys. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed that. Was that all right for you?